Just testing the audio. Let's see. Testing the audio. Can't hear myself speak, Stephen. That's a little bit concerning. Testing.
Hello and welcome to this Monday's edition of Movie News here at MBE. We'd just like to thank you once again for joining us here on our YouTube channel and of course our Twitch stream. I'm not going to hand you over to John just yet. He is doing a bit of a sound check.
It sounds fan-dabby-dozy, Stephen.
You can hear us, folks. And as you can guess by our heading, our title and our thumbnail, we are going to be talking about the Oscar nominations. This dropped earlier today, John. I noticed it was trending on Twitter. Didn't know it was coming today.
I'm going to get back to you, Stephen, to make sure your camera's alright.
Yeah, please do that. And
it looks fan-dabby-dozy.
I sent over the link to you, John,
yes.
And I know that you had some interesting thoughts on a particular film.
I certainly did.
And it's categories.
Two particular thoughts
snubs.
on two snubs, and I'll get into it.
Which we will get into, John. But what we're going to do is, folks, what we always do when it comes to Golden Globe time and Oscar time, we will go through the categories. We'll just randomly go through them. Not randomly, we'll rattle through them, I should say. Because we don't want to be here all night talking about it, because it is only nominations at the end of the day. We can't talk about who we think should win it, because we've not seen all the films.
Oh, I've got an idea.
But we can talk about what we've seen and performances and visuals and all the rest of it. But John, we're going to take this from Screen
Rant, yeah.
So we'll probably get that on the screen.
Yes.
Yep, that's looking fan-dabby-dozy, as one Jimmy Cranky used to say. Who was never up for an Oscar, surprisingly. But John,
for a few Razzies, though.
Some of the ones that are in these categories we expected. Some
I look so far over, don't I, Stephen? There's something seriously wrong with the caption here. If you just can crack on, then I will try and solve this.
That crept in there, John, that we thought, were they this year? Were they in that sort of
there's
bracket?
A few from 2019, Stephen.
Shaun Sheep's there. We'll get into that as well, John. But we're going to talk about Best Picture, and the films nominated are The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Yes, and Stephen, as I frantically try and sort out the caption here because it's absolutely shite, I will give my thoughts on this category. No surprises with the actual nominees in this category. The Father, by all accounts, a great performance from Tony Hawkins. Olivia Colman's in there, an absolute institution over here in the United Kingdom. It's a touching movie. It's a drama-driven movie about dementia. And it's just tailor-made for the Oscars. This is the kind of movie the Oscars love to reward. And then you've got Judas and the Black Messiah, another great movie I've seen with some amazing talent in there. Daniel Kaluuya, Lakeith Stanfield. It's a very personal story. It's a biographical story. So again, tailor-made for the Oscars. Mank's in there. It's Fincher. It's Oldman. It's about, what is it? Citizen Kane and the lead up to that movie. Again, Hollywood loves to reward movies about Hollywood. Minari, tour de force, Korean-American movie. Stephen Yeun in there. Nomadland, tremendous. Chloe Zhao, Frances McDormand, not surprised it's in there. Promising Young Woman, I have not seen, but it's getting good feedback. Kerry Mulligan, is it? Or Carey Mulligan?
Yeah.
Sound of Metal, Riz Ahmed, again, losing his hearing, heavy metal drummer. It's an affliction movie. Kate Winslet spoke about this 20 years ago in Extras. If you want to win an Oscar, play a character with an affliction. Tailor-made for the Oscars, Stephen. The Trial of the Chicago 7. Sorkin. Sacha Baron Cohen, Eddie Redmayne. The list is endless in this cast. It's Netflix. They would have flung a huge amount of money under the table to get this movie into the nominees. Yeah. And it's a very good movie too, so not surprised. But Stephen, there is a movie missing from there that I felt should be in there. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can have up to 10 movies in the Best Picture category in any given year. And there is no Christopher Nolan's Tenet in that list. And I think that is absolutely disgraceful. The last calendar year, some of the shit that's came out, you don't have The Five Bloods in there. And you don't have Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, you don't have Tenet. You couldn't expand it out of 10 now. You could say, look, realistically, they've already got the winner there. Why would we want to vote it out with 2 extra movies? Well, it's given some recognition to artistic brilliance. And I thought Tenet and Nolan's movie was artistically stunning. Seen it twice in 4 days in the theatres during the pandemic. And I loved it, so I think that's despicable that that's not in the Best Picture category. But we'll get in more despicable snubs, I'm sure, as we get on.
Because we're going to move on to Best Director now, and the nominations are Thomas Vinterberg for Another Round, David Fincher for Mank, Lee Isaac Chung for Minari, Chloe Zhao for Nomadland, Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Women.
Stephen, I think...
just the 5.
Yeah, I think it's probably Nomadland that's got this wrapped up. Chloe Zhao is just... on a what would you call mesmeric rise. She's already made a big blockbuster Marvel Disney movie. She's made this great little independent movie. It was amazing. The performance she got out of Frances McDormand, incredible. Minari though, you can't write Minari off. It's doing really, really well. It's got some amount of buzz about it. Mank's Fincher, but I don't think Fincher's going to win it. I think it's probably between Chloe Zhao and Lee Isaac Chung for me. Again, ain't seen Promising Young Women. I've heard it's good. So I can't speak about Emerald Fennell's directing abilities, but I think it's between Zhao and Chung for me, and I hope Zhao wins it because I loved Nomadland. Steve, I didn't even speak about Best Picture, who I think is going to win Best Picture. I actually think it could be, again, Nomadland, Minari, Sound of Metal or Judas and The Black Messiah. I think that's the 4 it's between. I don't think any of the other ones stand a chance. I can't pick. If I had my choice, it would again be Nomadland.
Yeah.
But... yeah,
John, I'm a little different from you. That's why I've not been putting as much input in as you have with these categories. Normally I just host it anyway, and I will run through it for obviously time's sake. But I would be here all night. But I'm just of the opinion I've not seen them all, so I don't really want to form an opinion on who I think will win. I can tell you when I do see a film and it's in one of the categories, I'll tell you how I liked it and how good it was, but I can't really pitch it up against a film I've not seen. But anyway, Best Actor, John, Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, you were just talking about him, Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Anthony Hopkins for The Father, Gary Oldman for Mank, and Stephen Yeun for Minari.
Well, Stephen, I love them all, first and foremost, but my heart's set on Chadwick Boseman winning posthumously. For the guy's life, his legacy, the vacuum he's left, he's just an amazing guy, an amazing actor. His performance, it wouldn't even be the sort of sympathy vote to give this guy the actual award. It was like Heath Ledger after The Dark Knight. He has genuinely delivered an amazing performance. Tragic character, and the way it ends, it's just acted so amazingly by Chadwick. He's got that presence, he's got that tentative touch to his acting in this movie. Tony Hopkins, I love The Father, again playing a dementia.
I love the fact you call him Tony.
It's Tony. He's Tony to me, Steve. I don't know him personally, but to me he's always going to be Tony Hopkins. Gary Oldman, just love that man as well. Since Sirius Black, and even back in Air Force One and all of that, he was in that, wasn't he, Stephen, playing a Russian terrorist. And Stephen Yeun, I mean, Stephen, I've been watching Stephen, and I'm going to keep saying Stephen since The Walking Dead. I think he's a great actor. He was in that arson movie, Stephen, we reacted to, that Korean movie. Glad to see this guy still around. He's getting some plaudits for his work. And Riz Ahmed, I seen Riz in the photographs, I put him on the thumbnail. He is shredded, man. And by all accounts, an amazing performance. This guy starts losing his hearing, a bit like A Star Is Born, Bradley Cooper. Starts losing his hearing, and how that affects him. It's supposed to be a stunning performance. I'm going to get round to watching that movie just because of the buzz it's generating. But for me, Chadwick has to win it. I'm sorry, he has to. I love Chadwick.
We'll move on to Best Actress, and nominations are Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Andra Day for The United States versus Billie Holiday, Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of a Woman, Frances McDormand for Nomadland, and Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Women.
Before I get into this, Stephen, Best Actor, I forgot to mention the snub. the absolutely despicable snub, Delroy Lindo.
Yeah, I know.
The Five Bloods,
Yeah.
the standout performance of last year. I'm sorry, man. Absolutely incredible. That guy's got no love shone upon him for any of the
John, do you
awards.
think it's got anything to do with the fact the film was released on Netflix?
No, because the Chicago trial of the Chicago 7's getting love, Stephen, and there's a couple of
what
other
is it
Netflix movies.
What is it about this
I
film?
think it's just the timing, Stephen. It came out early last year, and it's just been forgotten
I think
about.
it was March last year, wasn't it? March,
And then
April, yeah.
Netflix have to push the movie, and they've got multiple contenders, so they'll push the trial of the Chicago 7, and they've obviously been pushing it hard. And the Five Bloods has just been gobbled up and forgotten about, and it's a shame because Delroy was amazing in that movie, alongside Chadwick Boseman, who has been snubbed for his supporting role in that as well, Storm and Norman. But best actress, Stephen, I think again it's a one-horse race here. Frances McDormand for me has to win. And I'm just glad to see that Jodie Foster's not getting any nominations for what was that movie called again, Stephen? That very hard to pronounce movie. I can't recall.
I struggled. The Golden Globes one.
Yes.
Yeah, I struggled to. Yeah, I can't remember.
I can't remember either, but I'm glad because I don't really like Jodie. She came out and made some.
I don't mind her.
She made some remarks though about I think Marvel movies, and that took a dislike to her. So I'm glad she's not got it. Frances McDormand for me has to win, but Carey Mulligan again supposed to be stunning, and I love all of them. But Viola was okay, but no, Frances McDormand for me all day long.
We'll move on to best adapted screenplay now. I'm not going to read out everyone's name in this, John. I'll just name the film. So it's the nominations are Borat subsequent movie film. We've got The Father, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, and The White Tiger.
Again for me, Nomadland all day long. Chloe Zhao, stunning movie. Got the best out of Frances McDormand. One of those screenplays that's just right for her. She's seen it. Was it Argo she was in the 90s, Stephen? Or was it Fargo?
Fargo. Yeah.
Argo was the Ben Affleck one, wasn't it? He actually won an Oscar for screenplay, I think, in that. It's just perfect for Frances McDormand, and it's just brilliantly written by this up-and-coming talent. Father, again, man, it's by all accounts a really good story. Borat, it was a good movie, but is it Oscar worthy? I don't know if it's Oscar worthy. We'll get into supporting actress shortly, I'm sure.
Yeah.
White Tiger, we reacted to it. Looked like a good movie, Stephen, about the caste system over in India and the difference between the very rich and the very poor. That looked like an interesting screenplay, so no surprise to see that there. But Nomadland for me, again, has to win. But whether it does, I don't know. That's my opinion.
We'll find out, John, next month. But best original screenplay, Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Again, Stephen, I think it could be any one of these. To be honest, I mean, Aaron Sorkin's Trial of the Chicago 7 was stunning. Sound of Metal, again, supposed to be superb. I've not seen it. I'm going to watch it very shortly. All of these movies, very, very good. I've only seen Judas and the Black Messiah, and it was stunning, an incredible movie.
Yeah.
So it could be anyone, but Minari's getting a lot of buzz. Sound of Metal's getting a lot of buzz, so I reckon between those two.
Before we move on, John, I do have to say that the whole build up to this and the sort of feeling personally, I can only speak for myself. It's not got the same feel it did 2 years ago. We were, for Best Picture, we knew every film, we'd watched every film, we enjoyed every film.
Yeah, it's been a difficult year, Steve.
So it's very hard to, with obviously how these films are being released.
Some of these movies are still not out over here,
yeah,
officially.
That's what I was going to say as well, John. So, officially, I know.
Officially, you can get your hands on them if you really want to.
If you really want to, but
I watched Nomadland a month and a half ago.
Yeah, this is a tough one this year, I think, to really break down and dissect every film, But we'll come to categories further down the chain here, John, that we'll probably just have to read them out, things like makeup and all that, because I don't imagine you would have much of an opinion on certain.
No, it's not going to be Marini's Black Bottom, that's for sure. Because no.
Yeah. Did you see Tom Holland aged 40 in Cherry?
Aged 40? I've still not seen Cherry. It was on. I briefly looked at it. He'll still look 30, Stephen, because Tom Holland is 24 or something just now, 25.
He looks 18.
And he looks like 17, 18.
I think he's got a little pencil moustache.
Yeah, that's what he says. He's grateful to still look young. And I thought, what do you mean still look young, Tom? You are young, mate. You're 24. What am I if you're not young anymore? I mean, fuck, I must be geriatric.
Anyway,
32.
We'll move on to Best Supporting Actor, John. And nominations are Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of the Chicago 7, Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah, Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami, Paul Rassi for Sound of Metal, and Lakeith Stanfield for Judas and the Black Messiah.
Stephen, this is a 2-horse race for me between Lakeith Stanfield and Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah.
They were both incredible. I don't even think they should both be in the same category. I think there was a clear lead in the movie. They clearly can't pick the lead, so they've split them both into supporting roles.
Yes, John,
in the same
they
movie.
should do what they do the Champions League. You know, they seed them.
Yeah,
they can't
seed
be in
them,
the same.
Yeah, exactly. Stephen, they shouldn't be in it.
No.
I mean, they're both in the same movie. One's a lead and one's a supporting actor. They've put the two of them into supporting
They
actors.
didn't do it with Brad Pitt last year, was it? For
Well, he was in Ad Astra and
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. They completely snubbed Ad Astra. They didn't deserve to win Oscars, in all fairness, but it was a good performance from Brad.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because they're kind of cannibalising both actors' performances, but I think they were both wanting a loser anyway, and the best actor, I think it's going to be Chadwick. So for me, I think Daniel Kaluuya deserves it, Stephen. I love Lakeith. I think he's incredible. But Daniel Kaluuya, man, he's a good London guy. Love him, down to earth. And it was an amazing
Salt of the
performance.
earth.
Salt of the earth, yeah, he's
Yeah.
a great dude, man. So I hope Daniel wins it.
Yeah, we'll find out
Sasha's
soon.
not winning it, not a chance.
Best-
Leslie Odom as well,
Yeah,
great dude.
yeah. It's a good category, John. Best supporting actress, Maria Bakalova for Borat's subsequent movie film. Glenn Close, we
He's
could
a
talk
good
about
one.
this as well. Hillbilly Elegy.
Jesus.
Olivia Colman, the great Olivia Colman, the father. You can tell I'm a big Olivia Colman fan. Amanda Seyfried, who's also not a comic book fan, just like Jodie Foster, by the way, for
Oh,
Mank.
screw you.
And Young Jung Yoon for Minari.
Stephen, why is Maria Bakalova in this? Why is she in this? Is that an Oscar performance? Really? Jesus suffering fuck, that's not an Oscar performance. Come on. Tenet can't get in Best Picture. It can't get a look in. It's got 2 shitty technical awards or nominations, and you've got Maria Bakalova in there. That is not an Oscar performance. That is a joke, man. What is going on? What is going on, man? That's an Oscar performance. Come on. No
John,
chance.
Glenn Close.
She's up for a Razzie for Hillbilly Elegy, and she's up for an Oscar for the same performance. So is it really shit, or is it really, really good? I don't know who to believe. I've not seen Hillbilly Elegy.
John, you can always trust a critique.
So yeah. Steve and I get into it. We were speaking about critics before the Golden Globes. We'd done a podcast with Bartek from New York. He's an actor, and he posed the question to us, who deserves the right to critique films? And at that time I says, well, it should be people who have went to film school, who have dedicated their life to the art of film and its minutiae. They should have a more prominent voice. But it's these absolute goonballs who are voting for these. And as you can see, some of the decision making is just horrendous. So maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe they shouldn't have a more prominent voice. Maybe they should speak to people like us,
Yeah.
the actual goons on the ground, because we seem to have more connection. And yeah,
Certainly don't have an agenda, John.
we don't have an agenda.
No.
Stephen, I'd say you, Jung Yoon, or Olivia Colman for this. Glenn, I mean, she may win it. She got overlooked, didn't she, a couple of years ago for
Imagine
that?
she won both.
Yeah, a Razzie and a Stephen, that'd be magic, wouldn't it? A Razzie and an Oscar. Turning up the night after or whatever to get a Razzie. That'd be something else. It's not going to be Maria Bakalova though, that's for sure. Jesus Christ, I don't know why she's there.
But anyway, we'll move on to Best Original Song,
Terrible.
John, and the nominations were Fight For You and Judas and the Black Messiah, Hear My Voice, The Trial of the Chicago 7, Huzavik from Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of the Fire
It
Saga,
was Will Ferrell, wasn't
Yeah.
it? And
Rachel Adams.
yeah.
Yeah.
They filmed that in Glasgow.
Yeah,
Some of that.
yeah, that's right. The
The
airport. IOC, Scene, The Life Ahead, and Speak Now, One Night in Miami.
Stephen, I'm going to go with Hear My Voice, The Trial of the Chicago 7. I don't really care about songs unless they really grab me. And it's like a Pixar Disney release, like a Moana or something, and it's a really stirring song. It sticks in your brain.
Or if it's like Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Oh, you know,
Oh, Christ, yeah.
that just the radio airwaves for a good 6 months after that film's released just
In
hammered
the
that.
shadow,
Yeah.
laugh.
It
was a good song, it was a good
I
song.
did like the song, John, but it just I'm like you. I'm not that fussed about who wins it. I don't know any of them apart from Hear My Voice.
I've seen
anyway.
the top
But,
two.
I
I'm
can't
going with
remember.
Trial.
I can't remember, John. I can't remember. But yeah, that is what it is. But we're going to move on to Best
The
Animated
shite category, yes.
Feature. Yeah,
So,
which is usually a good category, John. But the nominations are Onward, which I thought was the year before for some reason. It's been a long lockdown here in the
I
UK.
think it was the start of the year last year.
Round about the time of the Five Bloods then.
Yeah.
Over the Moon, a Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon, which I think I was at school when this came out. Feels like it.
That was a while back.
Soul and Wolfwalkers, which I've got no clue about.
So, All Day Long, Soul's winning it. Clearly, it's an amazing movie. I've somehow missed.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's getting nominated for
think it's
fucking
amazing.
best score and everything. So clearly, Soul's going to win.
It's a good film. It's probably, for me, it's a bit better than Onward. That's all I'm saying.
Onward had Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, didn't it?
That was a good film. It was a good little film, but
Soul's more of a traditional Pixar movie. It's balancing heavy themes and stuff like that, isn't it? So
yeah.
Soul.
Yeah, best original score, John. The Five Bloods, Mank, Minari, News of the World, and Soul.
The Five Bloods, was that really a standout score, Stephen? Had they just thrown a bone to Spike Lee here?
I don't remember it.
At the moment where they dug up Storm and Norman, that was quite a good moment, but really, I've not seen Mank yet. It's on Netflix. No. I should have seen it, but I ain't seen it. Minari is just getting buzzed like hell, so it's always going to be in there. You've seen News of the World, you've seen Soul.
News of the World score is decent, John. It's very atmospheric, but I don't think it's good enough to win this category.
Why is Ludwig Göransson's Tenet score not in this? It's an absolute travesty. He's a previous Oscar winner for Black Panther. He's done the great Mandalorian theme. He's one of the best composers on the planet just now. That Tenet score was sublime. Absolutely incredible what he was doing with synths and the way it just framed the action. I thought it was an amazing score. It's been snubbed from the Globes, it's been snubbed from this. The Golden Globes I can understand because it's a Hollywood foreign press, they don't know what they're doing. But this is supposed to be the Academy, 7,000 members or something, and every single one of them have overlooked, or the majority have overlooked Tenet. It's a fucking disgrace, that's what I'm saying. For me it was the best score of the year, so I can't believe it.
Yeah, it was one of the sort of main ingredients of the film, John.
Yeah.
Was the score. You know, a lot of people, I know it's a different thing in terms of the sound mix and stuff like that. A lot of people had issues with, and I felt maybe people were bothered about the score sort of layered over the top of some dialogue, but it was a deliberate thing from Nolan to do that.
He does it all the time.
You know,
sort of his soundboard, doesn't he? He likes it to. He deliberately likes it to overpower some of the dialogue just because. Yes, you weren't meant to catch it, Siri.
Neither did Christopher Nolan.
We'll click Siri off there because he's interrupting in the show. Absolute goon that he is. It's something that no one likes to do, Stephen. He likes to play with the audience. Yeah. And it sort of, for me, I didn't have an issue with the sound mixing in the movie. I was just transfixed by the action and the amazing set pieces and the cinematography that didn't get any love shone upon it either, but we'll get into that in a moment too.
Best
Academy don't know what they're doing.
Best international feature film, John. Another round, Better Days, Collective, The Man Who Sold His Skin, Quo Vadis, Ada.
Not got a clue, Stephen.
No.
I use this ceremony, this awards season, to pick out the best foreign language movies I want to watch, so I'll do the same this year. I'll see what wins, what gets the buzz, and then I'll watch that. That's what I do. I don't really watch them before.
We talked about some potentials from the Indian market. Obviously they've not
Jalaka too was one, wasn't it?
Yeah, sadly. But I'm the same, John. I can't really form an opinion on something I don't know anything about.
I like Kovadi Adi though, because it's a cool name. I've probably butchered.
The Man Who Sold His Skin sounds a bit
strange, yeah. Maybe that's someone getting into the illegal organ donation, organ theft market. It's apparently rife. You sell your writings and stuff like that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Leatherface. He would sell other people's skin, not his own. But anyway, best cinematography, John. This is the interesting one. Let's move on from Leatherface. Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, News of the World, Nomadland, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. Now, I've got to be honest, John, I've not seen all these films, but I think that's very weak this year. Very, very weak.
Stephen, again, I'd have to go with Nomadland, just because it was an amazingly short movie, really. There was some beautiful wide shots and things like that, and it really did frame this woman wonderfully. Mank, it's Fincher, it's black and white, you wouldn't write it off. News of the World is a traditional western movie, so again it will have some sweeping vistas, I'm sure. Trial of the Chicago 7, Judas and the Black Messiah, they were okay, they weren't mind-blowing.
John, I could go out to the Wild West and take a camera with me. It doesn't make me a great cinematographer. Stephen,
again, Hoyt van Hoytema, Tenet. He's done Interstellar, I think he's done Dunkirk. He's worked with Nolan for years. He's one of the great cinematographers today. Tenet was sublime. The cinematography in that movie was off the charts good. The way he managed to capture the backward sequences, and they weren't reversing this thing, they weren't shooting it forward and then reversing it in post. He was capturing vehicles reverse driving down motorways or highways, depending on where you're from, capturing actual scenes, fighting scenes, getting filmed backwards. the artistry involved in that cinematography was fucking unbelievable, and I cannot
complex,
believe
yeah.
that he has not had any recognition at the Oscars for this. Again, Stephen, I'll get into it now because we're going down the list. We will get to Tenet. The Academy just do not like sci-fi movies. They've got it in for sci-fi movies, big blockbuster sci-fi movies.
I know it is a sci-fi.
It has to be a drama.
I know it's a sci-fi film, but watching that film, it's not my initial thought of what genre it's in. Is sci-fi. I felt it was a great thriller.
Thriller, yeah.
You know, just in a sort of Bond or Bourne.
Sort of zenith of Nolan's dabbling with time as well.
Yeah, I mean that was all just the way back. But I saw that set dressing, John. That was just the sort of the icing on the cake of a good story, which a lot of people were confused by. I felt the story was a very simple story, confused by science fiction for a lot of people. Not for me. You know, when you get down to the nitty gritty, it's a very straightforward film, very straightforward story, I should say. But it isn't to
Steve, some of the cinematography in the movie, I mean, the shot where he sweeps around the three main guys, the protagonists, Sam, or Neil, sorry, and whoever the hell Hamish Patel was playing, I mean, it was sweeping around them. That was an amazing shot. The wide shots of the ship and him doing his pull-ups and stuff like that. Some amazing wide shots and amazing cinematography in this. The capturing of that madness it was the last 10 minutes. I cannot believe it's not been nominated in the top 5 best cinematography or whatever you call it, cinematographers. He's not got the nod in the top 5 this year. It blows my mind. Absolutely shocking.
Something's about to blow your mind, John's best costume design, because I know this is one of your favourite categories. Emma, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Mulan and Pinocchio. I don't know what Pinocchio is.
Stephen, for me, Mulan or Emma.
I would say Mulan, John.
Mulan, it was a historical sort of Chinese Disney tarted up movie, so it had a lot of cool armour and good costume design. Emma was Anya Taylor-Joy, that was a period piece. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom was okay, we had some dapper suits. Not enough to win costume design though. For me it would be Mulan. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it's not, John. But best sound.
And Mank.
Greyhound's in there. Apple TV that was on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We've got Mank, News of the World, Soul and Sound of Metal.
Again, for me it should have been Tenet, but hey ho, it's not there. Sound of Metal probably, because it's based on lots of booming sound, and I've only seen Greyhound out of the list of these movies, so and it was okay. It was a World War II movie, wasn't it? It was Tom Hanks, but I wasn't really blown away by it. I mean, the sound was okay. It was okay. I don't know, man. It's up for grabs anyone. I don't really care about sound. We're getting into the sort of
we're getting into that sort of
technical.
Yeah, we're getting into the bit where
throw them a bone.
Yeah,
categories. Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say, John, about Tenet. But
well, Stephen, I was reading about it.
Yeah.
They were talking about the snubs of Tenet, and traditionally those categories are for the movies. At least we'll reward them for it trying. That's the kind of categories they gave it to Cats, The Godfather 3. That's the kind of categories that get nominated, or movies that get nominated in those categories. Cats, absolute pile of shit. Judi Dench is a cat. Wow.
Yeah.
James Corden's in there. Who gives a shit? That's the kind of movies we're talking about here. Godfather 3, the worst of the 3 Godfather movies. Throw Tenet a bone, put it in a shite category. Don't bother.
Don't bother. Don't insult
Just don't bother.
Intelligence. But
can you tell I'm a really passionate Chris Nolan fan, and I feel personally affronted that the guy's movies not get more love? Is it coming through?
You're on a one-man mission, John. Best makeup and hairstyling. We've got Emma, Hillbilly Elegy, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank and Pinocchio again. Hairstyle.
Hairstyle.
Is it not wooden?
I don't know, Steve.
I don't care.
Makeup and hairstyle. It's not going to be Ma
John,
Rainey's.
I think it might be Emma. You know, just for the sort of period piece. I don't know. I don't know.
Pinocchio, was that the tally one that we reacted to?
I think
okay. Actually, it was quite dark.
Yeah.
There's not many Pinocchio movies out just now. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah, best live action short. We've got Feeling Through, The Letter Room, The President, Two Distant Strangers and White Eye.
I don't really dabble with short movies, Stephen. The last time I dabbled with a short movie, it had David Bowie in it. And it was absolutely crazy. I can't recall who the main actor was, funnily enough.
What was that Kung Fu one you watched?
Yeah, Kung Fury. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That's getting a proper remake. And it'll not be as good. But don't know anything about these movies.
Best animated short, John Burrow, Genius Loki or Loci, If Anything Happens, I Love You, Opera. Yes,
Opera.
People. don't know any of these.
I don't know any of them
No.
either, Stephen. I barely have enough time to watch feature-length animated movies. I've not got the time to watch short animated movies, which it seems strange because they're short, and I should be able to fit them in a lot easier than a 2-hour feature-length, but no,
Yeah,
I
you're
don't.
killing your own argument there, John. Best visual effects: Living Monsters, The Midnight Sky, Mulan, The One and Only Ivan, and Tenet.
Tenet.
Yeah, okay.
All day long.
We'll move
Midnight
on.
Sky was good. It
Yeah.
was. That was good visually. It wasn't a great story.
Yeah.
George Clooney wasn't.
Well,
it?
it's in the right category anyway.
Probably Mulan will win. Watch this. It's like Stephen. It's like Star Wars. Star Wars isn't. They usually aren't good enough the story for the Oscars, but they throw them a bone in visual or
And they don't
score,
win anyway.
and they don't win anyway. So
Yeah.
Tenet won't win. It'll be Mulan. Watch
Yeah,
this.
just be grateful you're putting there. That's the sort of attitude, isn't it? Best film editing, John. The Father, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. Editing.
Trial of the Chicago 7 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Going to move on.
Probably seen two of them.
It's a very important
Trial of the Chicago
category,
7
but I
tops
just don't think
Nomadland
it's
for
that
me.
great a...
Say that. Nomadland.
I don't
Nomadland.
think
I
it's
take
that
it back. Nomadland.
Yeah,
Right away. Take it back.
Yeah.
Nomadland.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, we are
Nomadland.
50% right. So
Yeah.
you're going to get it. Best production design: The Father, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, News of the World, and Tenet. Production design.
Production design has to be Tenet. Production design, come on, it has to be. It has to be Tenet. The guy flew a fucking jumbo jet into a hangar in Helsinki. Come on, this guy he thrives on putting the actors there, real practical sets, and he enhances it slightly with visual effects. It has to be Tenet, man. This guy builds amazing sets, production, so got to be. Has to be.
It has to be. It will be. Best documentary short. We've got Collect. A Concerto is a Conversation. Do Not Split. Hunger Word. A Love Story for Latasha. I need your expert opinion on this, John.
Not got a clue, Stephen.
No, we'll move
I
on
don't
then.
watch enough documentaries, short or feature. So this
Yeah,
next one's going to be interesting.
You know what's interesting, John, and I was thinking about it earlier, was that, you know, back in the early days we were doing this, you used to go to extreme lengths bring up titles for these sort of categories and stuff like that. I'm glad you don't do it now, because
God,
doing
yeah.
it for these ones, it seems a waste of time,
I know.
you know, and effort.
Stephen, I used to
for
waste
the time
an
we're spending on it, you know.
ungodly amount of time putting their shows together for like 10 views. And I never realised that I could just put it all through an OBS and have it all done for me. And
Yeah.
it saved me days.
And your only stress would be the live sort of broadcasting,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? But
Yeah.
I think we're okay, aren't we? We're into the last, I think this is the last one, John. Best documentary feature. We've got Collective, Crip Cramp, The Mole Agent, My Octopus Teacher, and Time.
Not got a clue, Stephen.
No.
Can't even offer.
Well,
An
I'm just
uneducated
before
opinion.
you close the show then, John, the 2021 Oscars ceremony takes place on April 25th, 2021.
And is it remote?
Well, I was going to ask you that.
I've not got a clue.
I think it will be.
I think the Academy will have something to say about that, Stephen.
Mm.
They seem to be absolutely determined to have it in person. And the United States, I think, vaccinated 4.6 million people yesterday in one day.
Make sure all these people are involved. that we've been
4.6
speaking about.
million people, Stephen. That's nearly the population of Scotland. They vaccinated nearly the entire population in Scotland in one day.
And we can't.
We're vaccinating like 100,000 people a week. Get your shit together, Nicola. I want to get back to normal life, man. Please, just get us vaccinated. I have to wait July to get a vaccine. I've already had the Rona.
Just
Come
before
on.
you wrap up the show, I will ask you a question. Are you looking forward to this year's ceremony? I've got to be honest with you.
No.
I find it very lacklustre.
No, I'm not, Stephen. I'm not looking forward to it. It's lacking.
Yeah.
The entire thing's it's not got the glitz, the glam of usual years. The reason you watch the Oscars is to see these beautiful people in front of you, dressing in their expensive clothes, and yeah, Timothy Chalamet prancing about with Gucci on or something like that, and you look at him and you think, I wish I was that guy. That's why you watch the Oscars, really. If you're just watching it to see the movies getting awarded, it's shit. It's absolutely shit. You're there to see these amazing people in the flesh, all getting together in the one room and praying that a bomb doesn't go off or something like that. So that's why I watch it. So it's not going to be the same this year, but if they're not in person. And the actual nominations are lackluster for me. I mean, most of them are right.
I find the buzz as well. I just don't think there's a buzz about it.
Well, Stephen, as you did allude to, because it's been a very dodgy year. We've had a pandemic raging. Some of these movies have been disrupted, the release dates. We've not seen a lot of these movies. Some of these movies are just coming out or not out for another month or so. And we traditionally don't get these movies anyway. We are like the last people on the planet to see them. Look at Parasite.
Yeah.
We were literally the last country, us in Ireland, on the planet
I think
to
it was
see
a month
Parasite.
before the Academy Awards.
And it was like a month before. I don't even think it was a month. I think it was like a week before, 2 weeks.
I thought it was February, March time. I might be wrong.
I think it would come out in, you're probably, it was about, I think it was
Because the Oscars
mid-February.
is late this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's normally March, isn't it? Yeah.
It was very close.
Yeah.
Because I recall I was reviewing it and then speaking about the Oscars and it clearing up. So we have to wait anyway. So this is a really bad year because half the movies we've not seen. So if I try to speak about things we don't really know about because we've not seen it. So hard, but we've done our best.
Yeah.
I think I'll get most of it right because I know my shit. So on that note, what's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on the 93rd Academy Awards, aka the 2021 Oscars? Who do you think has been wrong? Do you think Delroy Lindo deserves to get in like I do? What do you make about Tenet getting completely destroyed? What do you make about any other snubs that are in there? Tom Hanks has been snubbed. That's a rare thing indeed. You can comment down below if you've got anything to say about nominations, potential winners, snubs, anything at all. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, and follow us on Twitch if you want to see more content like this. And that's how you will get it, guys. But look, I am done, man.